Welcome to the video, guys. Now, some of you might remember the actor Laurence Fox appearing on Question Time back in January, where he absolutely destroyed the race-baiting BBC plant in the audience, who claimed he couldn't speak because he was a privileged white male. Now, obviously, I covered it at the time, as did I cover what this story is about in relation to them. And it's from the Ramonin rag, The New European. Resignation after Actors Union apologises to Laurence Fox over Question Time tweets. You know, the union Equity, who called Laurence Fox a disgrace and asked every actor in its membership to denounce him. Of course, without polling the members on their opinions on what he had actually said. That actually forced them to delete the tweets back at the time and issue some form of apology back then, though it seems we've had a proper one today. A number of committee members representing the Actors Union Equity have resigned after it apologised to Laurence Fox for calling him a disgrace after his Question Time performance, which they have a clip of there. I won't bother showing it, we've already watched it. I've got a video up on the channel where I dissected what was actually said. Fox appeared on the BBC programme to deny that Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, had been the victim of racism. He said, "We are the most tolerant, lovely country in Europe. It's not racism. It's so easy to just throw your charge of racism at everybody, and it's really starting to get boring now." Which it is. We all know about the constant race baiting that is going on, and how boring it actually is. To the point where they've almost removed all meaning from the word racist. The audience member then described Fox as a white privileged male, as I said just a moment ago, to which he responded, "To call me a white privileged male is to be racist," which of course it actually is. She was showing a clear prejudice against white people, which is obviously racist. The Acting Union's Race Committee said in its series of tweets it was extremely disturbed Fox had been given a platform to berate and bully women of colour attempting to discuss issues of race and gender discrimination. No, as he said at the time, she was being racist towards white people and discriminating against his gender, which is male. The tweets claimed Fox was a disgrace to our industry and said he had occupied a highly advantaged position, but added he had appeared to damn any recognition of that privilege as the very racism he claims is exaggerated when people of colour try to discuss it. No, he was merely talking about someone saying he couldn't speak because he was a white privileged male. And of course, everyone running around calling everything racist when it's obviously not. I mean, it's got that bad that the former head of the Equality and Human Rights Commission was booted out of the Labour Party for apparently being racist to a religion. You just couldn't make this up, except it's 2020, welcome to the world we live in. They said Fox was guilty of a disgraceful play into the gallery, a populist triade with women of colour being used as cannon fodder. No, the race-baiting loser in the audience was used as cannon fodder, which she brought upon herself. You can't blame other people for her making herself look stupid. They continued, "We call on all Equity members to unequivocally denounce Laurence Fox and his comments." Fox had complained to his fans that Equity called, amongst other things, for actors to denounce me, which of course they did. He added, "This has been very hard to deal with, given that the members weren't polled before these tweets were sent out," which is exactly the reason why they had to backtrack real fast. Equity said the tweets were sent out without consultation and removed them, something they acknowledged broke union rules by removing them, but they also issued an apology for producing them in the first place. You see, they broke the rules by removing the tweets, because of course it made them all look like idiots. It's better to break the rules than of course to be made to look stupid on Twitter these days. It said, "We are sorry that in the tweets he was called a disgrace by Equity." Yeah, but it's not all that think that, that's for sure, and we'll see in a moment. It was a mistake for Equity as an organisation to criticise him in this way. Nothing in Equity's later statements was intended as a slur on his character or views or to suggest that he should be denied the ability to work. We would like to make that clear. Yeah, regardless of whether it was intended, you knew it was a likely possibility of them sort of statements. Let's be honest, you're not completely unaware of what goes on in the world. Equity and Laurence Fox condemn prejudice unequivocally in all its forms. Shortly after this, Equity's Race Equality Committee announced they had all resigned, including the chair. Which, personally, I don't think they should have been able to do. I think they should have all been unceremoniously sacked. That is what they deserve for that. But, as we see here, I've resigned as Equity Rec Chair over this. Equity and Laurence Fox can issue as many joint statements and apologies as they like. It's nothing to do with me, and I apologise for nothing. Hashtag not in my name. So, clearly a little bit salty that his fifis were hurt, and now Equity are rolling back on it, when actually this guy likely wanted him done for racism, kicked out and stopped from working. You know, the acting industry is absolutely filled with these woke lunatics. Even when the organisation says that they were in the wrong, this guy carries on in his crusade against everyone that doesn't agree with his worldview. A subsequent statement said Equity had a proud tradition of fighting racism and campaigning for equality and diversity in the entertainment industries. The union has rules that are a protection for both the union as an organisation and its members. These rules are not easy bedtime reading, and sometimes they are inadvertently broken. It was a mistake to criticise a member of the profession without consultation with the union, they said. Following the apology, he said, hopefully this might make an opportunity for us to continue to celebrate diversity in all its forms, including diversity of opinion. Which is something that is under constant threat these days, as we see by this article, and of course what happened after Laurence Fox appeared on Question Time. But at least in this case, some of the woke ones have admitted they were wrong, though of course the people who resigned did so because they thought they was in the right and are a bit butthurt that Equity are apologising for breaking the rules and publicly attacking one of its own members without the consent of a single member of their organisation. This Daniel Locke guy is literally the definition of a snivelling shitweasel, which is the sort of people you find at the top of these unions and other organisations. But the absolute salt coming off of his post is something I must say I do love. You guys likely know by now, I do love someone who is crying those salty tears. Now before I go, I've started doing live streams and uploading gaming content on my second channel. If you would like to come and join me for a live stream to chat in real time, have an interest in gaming related content on YouTube, or just want to follow me over there because you are a legend, the link will be down in the video description below and as a pinned comment. I hope to see you all there. Now as always, before I go, I want to thank our PayPal, Patreon, Subscribestar and YouTube members for supporting the channel, along with everyone who watches my videos. Remember to let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe with the notification bell and share this video as it helps the channel a lot. And I will see you all in the next one.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors. Slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going and we are glad to be going. We're off.